Hi, and welcome back to the Children's Bible in 365 Stories. We're continuing with story 41, and what happened in story 40 is that Joseph's brothers were sent by their father, except for Benjamin the favorite, to head over to Egypt where they had food to spare during the drought so that they could buy some grain to help keep the family and the crops and everything going, or their cattle and everything going back home in Canaan. And when they got there, Joseph recognized them, but they didn't recognize Joseph. So he demanded they return with Benjamin, his blood brother from the same mom, and held Simon, one of his other brothers, hostage, had him thrown in prison until they returned. But he did send them with grain home to their father so that they would have food, but demanded they return. When they got home, they found all of their money they had brought to buy the grain in the bags of grain, and were now freaking out that they were going to be accused of being thieves as well as spies. So they're really concerned, but their brother Simon is in prison in Egypt. They're supposed to come back, and Egypt is a powerful nation with a powerful army, and they need to talk to their dad about this because they've been told to come back with Benjamin. So our story picks up with that, and it's story 41, entitled Benjamin's Journey. And if you're following along in a Bible, we're in Genesis chapter 43. Little by little, their supply of Egyptian grain ran out, and soon Jacob and his large family were hungry. So again, if you remember, Joseph knew from God and the Pharaoh's dream that there would be 7 good years followed by 7 bad. But if his father didn't know that and his brothers didn't know that, they wouldn't have known that they needed to store up a whole bunch of food during the 7 good years. So they are out of food means they didn't know that, and now they just aren't producing enough food, so they're really struggling. You must go back to Egypt to buy more, Jacob told his sons. Only if we can take Benjamin with us, they insisted. Never, Jacob cried. Joseph is dead, Simeon in prison, and now you want to take Benjamin away? We shall all be put to death as spies if we don't, the brothers reasoned. Then Judah, the one who had suggested selling Joseph as a slave so many years before, spoke up. I promise on my life to take care of Benjamin, he said to Jacob. I will be responsible for him. Sadly and reluctantly, Jacob agreed and watched them all leave for Egypt. To their great relief, they were kindly welcomed and shown to Joseph's house. When after so long Joseph saw his own brother Benjamin, he could hardly hold back tears of joy. He ordered Simeon to be released and then invited them all to dinner. When they came in nervously to sit at the table, they were amazed to find that they had been placed in exact order of age. How could anyone have known? Benjamin was served with extra large helpings on Joseph's orders. The brothers were full of thankfulness and relief. Their troubles seemed to be over. Soon they would all be safely on their way home with fresh supplies of grain. How interesting. So someone who knew their age, and we know it was Joseph, arranged them in order of birth, and then gave his blood brother, Benjamin, extra helpings. Yet they still didn't realize it was Joseph they were eating with. It was their own brother who was doing all this, and the place and status they were in still didn't dawn on them. They're just afraid that they're going to be thrown into jail or put to death because they were accused by Joseph of being spies and have no clue it's him. What an amazing story. And it continues, and we'll get to it next time. So please tune in again as we continue in reading our stories in the Bible. And you be safe and have a blessed day. Thanks.